Hi friends! Thank you so much for taking the time out to learn how to do rose gold using INOA. So I'm super excited because this is very experimental for me as well. I've never actually made it yet. So you're going to come on this adventure with me and we're going to make it together. So when I was thinking about rose gold, I was trying to figure out, okay, well really what tones are there in there? So I've deduced that violet and copper would be my best bets. So using primary of violet and a secondary tone of copper. So to me, that would be a 0.24 in L'Oreal color terms. So using that, I definitely wanted to be on the lighter side. So in exploring my options with tones in INOA, I've came to the conclusion that I wanted to use these two, which is the 9.22 and the 7.44. Now, theory will tell us level-wise, this should land around an 8. I'm fully expecting that to be an 8. Even though I do want it to kind of more resemble a level 9 or 10 if possible. So I will explore the clear option, but I want to see tone-wise what ratios we could do to make this work. So just so you know what's going on in my head, a 0.24 to me would look a lot like this. So if this is our tube of color, we have our violet here. It would be about this much violet. In a normal tube of a 0.2. And then if it was a 0.24, it would have about this much copper added to it. Then there's always base. So we also, again, because we're working with a level 9 and a level 7, I deduce that it'll probably hover around a level 8, because math would tell us half of 9 and half of 7 would kind of meet in the middle somewhere around an 8. So then we will have a decent amount of base in here as well. So this will be our 8. Our 2 and our 4. So this is what I'm going to try to make today. So there's 2 ways I thought about doing this. Now, if we're looking at the chart and I'm trying to make an 8.24, to me, obviously, there's a little more violet in there than there is copper. Remember, our secondary tones either just soften or enhance our primary tones. They're not there to take over the show, right? There's not as much of that secondary tone in our tubes as there is that primary tone. So my first instinct is to, okay, if I'm using the 922, I'm going to need to use more of the 922 than I will the 7.44. However, I also want to see what it would be if we would do a more half and half. What would it look like if it was a little more equal parts? Would it be more coppery, or will it be that softer type of rose gold feel? So the 2 formulations we're going to try today are I'm going to use equal parts, 922 and 7.44, and then I'm also going to use twice the amount of 922 than I will the 7.4. I'm just going to mix up a few grams in each cup. I'm going to mix those together. We're going to swatch these on white hair and see kind of what the results will be. I am going to use 20 volume today. The reason I want to use the 20 volume is just because I don't want it too dark and I don't want it too light. 20 volume is always kind of a nice middle of the road there. We'll still get plenty of deposit. I am using it again on pre-toned hair as well. So if you are going to use this maybe on someone who already is a level 8 and kind of still has a lot of yellow or gold in the hair, you are going to want to tone that out first to mimic the results that we're going to do here today. So with that being said, let's get started. So what have we learned? So what I would say that I learned during this experiment was that yes, I can make a beautiful rose gold in a more permanent option. I'm super excited about this color too, because I learned a lot. I learned that if you wanted to keep it softer, you'll definitely want to add a little more clear and a little more violet. So this was our results from the equal parts 9.22 and 7.44. And these are our results for the 4 grams of 9.22 to only 2 grams of 7.44. So half the amount of 744 than there is of the 9.22. And while these look super similar, and I'm going to try to take a photograph in natural light so you can see it better. While these may look the same on camera, there is more of a depth to this one than there is to this one. So definitely can make a beautiful rose gold. I mean, I think both swatches came out famously. The one thing I think I was more looking for was a more translucent result. So what I would probably do is take that, maybe, you know, something more like this with a little less depth in it. This is the 4 grams 922 to 2 grams of the 744. I might put in that maybe as half of my formula, and then maybe an additional 6 grams of the clear, just to kind of keep the lightness to the hair. This would definitely make any level 10 feel darker, not just tone wise. So definitely shear this out would be amazing. I definitely too, on that level 10, would even feel more comfortable to maybe do only 1 gram. Or, you know, 3 parts of 922 to 1 part of 7.442. Again, and it would just be to kind of like shear it out a little bit. But I love, love, love my results here. Still don't know if I'm going to put this on my head yet or not. Kind of wanted to see it first. It's very similar to kind of what I do now, except for I add golds instead of violet. So I'm thinking about it. We'll see what happens. So hopefully you got a little something on the theory of why I experimented the way I did today. And just to let you know that, you know, just because it's a INOA doesn't mean it can't be experimental, it can't be fashionable, and it can't be fun. While that line has over 120 something shades, which is enormous and amazing, you can still always make more. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it some love. Post a comment or a question if you have any. I'd love to go through any of the formulation processes that you're thinking of doing next. If you want to see other types of formulations or other colors you want to do using INOA, please reach out. I'd love to do them with you. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you real soon.